Hey, what's up, everybody? It's PFC 315. This is my Hulk movie review. The Incredible Hulk is rated PG-13 for sci-fi action violence, some disturbing images, and brief partial nudity. Now, the brief partial nudity is just you get to see Bruce Banner's butt for like 3 seconds, and then disturbing images would probably be where Hulk's ripping apart like three dogs in the dogfight scene. Other than that, it's really not that bad. This movie is 2 hours and 18 minutes long. Yeah, I know, 2 hours and 18 minutes. It's pretty long running time, but it's pretty good. There's a lot of information in the movie. It's not just fighting and action like most movies are. And when most movies aren't like that, they kind of tend to get boring, especially superhero movies. But this one was actually pretty interesting. Kept me interested the whole way through. This movie is basically it goes from Bruce Banner's childhood when he's getting tested on by his father. Then it goes to his when he was like a teenager, when he's having nightmares, which last for like 5 minutes. But then the rest of the movie is on his adulthood. And in his adulthood, Bruce Banner is working with Betty. They are working on nanomeds which repair tissue damage and cell damage. And what they're doing is they're testing it on like frogs and stuff, and they shoot it with gamma radiation. The gamma radiation affects the frogs with damage, and then the nanomeds fix them. They're having trouble with the nanomeds because anytime the nanomeds come in contact with any living thing, the living thing dies. It actually explodes. So that's pretty much what his job is. Now there's a short circuit in the gamma radiation machine, and Bruce Banner is helping a colleague go in there to fix it. Well, it short circuits again, and the machine goes haywire, and it starts up the process where it's going to release the nanomeds into the air and fire up the gamma radiation, and then, obviously it would have killed Bruce Banner in a matter of seconds. But because of all the tests that his father did on him when he was younger, he survives the gamma exposure and is alive, which gives him his Hulk powers when he gets angry. Now, his father wants to find him and continue his research on him, which is kind of messed up. But Bruce won't let him. He wants to stop him at any means necessary. He's, out, little spoiler alert, spoiler alert. At the end of the movie, he actually ends up killing his father, which is actually a good thing. No one cares that he dies. Meanwhile, General Ross is weird. Everyone doesn't like General Ross, even now because Ross, Red Hulk, all that. But in this movie, from what I've been hearing from people don't like General Ross because he just wants to kill Bruce Banner. Well, if think of it in his point of view, he's dealt with his father. He knows what his father did to him. He knows how he messed him up. He wants to protect Betty most of all. All he cares about is Betty. I don't think he cares about his own life more than his daughter's life. So I mean, he's kind of doing the father thing, I guess. He wants to arrest him, but he's thick-headed, so he wants to kill him. He actually doesn't, clearly, because Hulk gets away because he's invincible. It's like Superman. Um, but he makes it out. Towards the end of the movie, he kills his father. His father actually gets powers from the gamma machine, like I said. And then at the end of it, the ending fight scene actually wasn't that great, but I'll talk about that later. Um, the sound in this movie was actually amazing. The Hulk scream was absolutely incredible. When he's punching and beating things up, when he's jumping, when he's in those far away scenes, when he's jumping way, way, way in the background, just absolutely amazing. I think it did a fantastic job. There was a couple parts where like they put a little too much effort into it. There's a part where his father at the end, they're both sitting in a chair. Well, he's actually standing up, but Bruce Banner's tied down to a chair. His father's like yelling at him and like yelling at the world more than at his son. And what his father's doing is awesome. I thought that was like great acting. It was incredible watching him just get screaming out to the world. But then Bruce Banner lets out like this no, like such a crappy scream. It was really bad, but other than that, everything was pretty good. Yeah, the picture was absolutely outstanding. I mean, if you if you just think about if you just stop and think about how much time it actually takes to go and create the Hulk, create the dogs, create all the CG stuff. I mean, it's absolutely insane. It looks so good. Hulk, I mean, it gets to a point now where it doesn't even look like you're watching an animation anymore. Actually, in the special features, the director is actually talking. He doesn't want to make it look like an animation. He wants to make it look real, and it does. It looks absolutely fantastic. And keep in mind, this movie is 2003, and for a 2003 film, it's freaking great. Um, Absolutely awesome. Now, here's my rating. I'm giving it 2 ratings, which is kind of weird. Hulk fans, animation fans, Marvel fans, comic fans, etc. Probably, guys, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. But now, if we go into if you don't like movies with a lot of well, if the movie doesn't have a lot of action, you don't like that kind of type of movie, you might not like it. If you don't really like superhero movies, you might not like it because it's not like your classic superhero movie that has like non-stop action throughout the whole thing. A lot of information, a lot of dead spots where there's no action going on, but it's all informational, so it's really good. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. People who don't really like a lot of action movies, but 8 out of 10 if you kind of like information too. There was actually some cool stuff in it. The picture itself in the movie, it was like watching a video animated comic strip. Like the camera angles were like watching a comic strip. The transitions were like boxes and rectangles would come off the screen. There'd be like 3 or 4 different pictures on the screen at once. It was very comic strippy, but it was cool though. They did it good. Um, Stanley Stanley appearance again, obviously. Stanley's the man. He's in this one, and he actually is talking to Lou Ferrigno, who played Hulk in the older Hulk movies. Bill Bixby played Hulk when he's Bruce Banner form, and Lou Ferrigno played Hulk when he was, Raging Green. So that was kind of cool seeing him, and kind of went back to the old ones. Like I said before, it does take some time to get the action going, but it's like right when you start thinking that, the action starts, and then the fun begins, and it's really great, and it's cool to all the information that leads up to it. Just awesome. Um, Hulk's transformation, the transformations between Bruce Banner and Hulk, are fantastic. It's just absolutely amazing, the transitions. It looks so real. It doesn't look animated. It doesn't look like sketchy and edgy and all like freeze frame almost. It looks really really good. It's really really smooth. The dogfight scene was so brutal. I mean, you're sitting there and you're actually feeling bad for the dogs because he's like beating upon these dogs and just like punching them and throwing them in the trees, and I guess to a point you actually feel bad, but it's really good. That's probably one of the best fight scenes in the movie. Um, at the end, he gets captured. Obviously, right after that scene, he gets captured and he breaks out. Obviously, but he is unstoppable when he breaks out. He's getting shot by helicopters. He's being fired upon by artillery shells. I mean, tanks are shooting at him. It just goes, more and more, and he's unstoppable. Actually, at the very end, General Ross, General Ross he throws a nuke. Excuse me. He actually launches a nuke. Well, it flies out of a plane, and it's a gamma bomb. It looks like a gamma nuke, I think, and it hits the Hulk. Well, hits general base of the Hulk, and he survives it. So, I mean, you can really tell how unstoppable he is. There's a scene, like I said, where they're both just sitting there on like the chair, and they're kind of talking, Bruce Banner and his father, and his father. I'm not even sure the actor's name who played in the movie, but his character is like this kind of insane but not sane father, and he's like kind of evil at the same time. But he does a scene where he's yelling and he's just screaming, and it was so good. I mean, not even from like a movie point of view. I'm talking about from an actor point of view. It must have took so much energy for him to do that. It was absolutely awesome, wicked fantastic. But then Bruce Banner lets out like this no, like I already said, and it kind of killed the whole mood. But other than that, it was really cool. The ending fight scene looked cool, graphic wise, but it wasn't that interesting at all. It was kind of boring. But I mean, you gotta kind of give him credit because it must have took a lot of money from the CG scene with the dogfight. So not really yelling at him too much for that, but it wasn't really that interesting. They had actually cool comic strip credits at the end. It was kind of weird, but it was like like a comic strip background as the credits were rolling. I thought that was kind of cool. And let's move on to the special features on the disc. This was awesome. They had a anatomy of the Hulk with like loads of facts about the Hulk, like from the movie, and talks about how he's like 15 feet tall. He's something like 3,000 tons, and yeah, I thought that was really cool. He showed all his chest size, what his waist size would be, his feet size. It was really cool. They had deleted scenes, and keep in mind it wasn't a gag reel. It was deleted scenes. So let's just be thankful that it was deleted because the deleted scenes kind of sucked. So I'm glad they deleted them, but I'm also glad I got to see them. Um, like I said before, the dog site scene was cool. The evolution of the Hulk was also cool. It was another thing I think you guys should check out on the special features, and I think it's on disc 2 actually. I have a 2-disc Hulk DVD. So that's pretty much it, guys. I definitely recommend it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it immediately. I thought it was pretty good. If you have seen it, you guys already know. I mean, you guys should probably seen it by now since 2003. But if you guys haven't, it's definitely worth it. I think you guys should check it out. Great movie. Recommend it to pretty much anybody. I might watch it again sometime in the near future. I'm not sure. But there's going to be some new videos coming out. A lot of Minecraft stuff. A lot of videos coming out soon. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to upload a lot of videos this week. I know it's like maybe this is only 2 or 3 videos that got uploaded, but like I've said before in my earlier videos, I got a lot of school senior stuff coming up, so it's going to be kind of hard uploading a video a day. It might be 2 or 3 a week, but sorry about that, guys. There should be more next week, hopefully, and I'll see you guys then. I'll catch you guys later.